Hey guys, Boniface of Gunty here, guys. I have Tommy Holt Jr. with me. It's amazing because Tommy started working with me like last year. Tommy, you started working with you came into my client acquisition program last year, and you
Yeah.
guys you was doing your real estate business at the time, but you was actually can you tell us a little bit more like how did you come into my client acquisition business?
Yeah, so I actually just came across you off of just mutual friend, both of us, Dave Shands. And so Dave Shands, I saw you on his Social Proof podcast, which I was on the Social Proof podcast as well. And I saw what you were talking about. At the time, I had been looking for some solutions for marketing my real estate business and my real estate coaching. And I was looking for something, and you just happened to be there. You were saying all the right things. It sounded like it was making sense to me. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna give this guy a shot, and tried it out, and it started to work for me. So that's how I came across you.
Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
So, can you tell us a little bit? So you first you went in my client acquisition program. Then after now you working with me directly. So
Correct.
now, what made you guys make that shift to actually instead of just watching my program, you guys actually wanted to work with me directly? What made you guys make that shift?
You know what, man? I do the same thing in real estate, right? So it's like in the beginning, you get your feet wet, right? You kind of figure out, all right, is this the right thing for me? And then you get into it and you realize, like, wow, there's like so much more. Like, there's questions I don't even know to ask yet. Like,
Yeah,
not only I don't even know that I don't even know yet.
yeah,
And so I think getting to the client acquisitions portion first allowed me to be more aware of the things that I don't even know that I don't even know yet.
yeah.
And so I was like, you know what? I was like, man, I just want to kind of cut this thing and kind of, not have to go through all the growing pains because you could absolutely without 100, I mean, 100% of the time you can go through that client acquisitions program.
Yeah,
But I wanted to kind of just leapfrog over a couple of pitfalls because it's going to happen, right? You're
yeah.
going to make mistakes, and I'd rather try to make the least amount of mistakes. So that's kind of why we decided to go ahead and move forward with it, man.
Nice. So you guys been so you guys set up we set up so you guys we set up your sales your lead generation funnel. So you guys started
Yep.
getting leads. How many leads are you guys getting a day right now with the funnel?
More than we could handle right now. We got so we have it set up where we're able to do calls for about 8 hours of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and at the time, our calls were lasting. Well, when we first started, the calls were lasting almost an hour. We've kind of gotten those calls down to less than 30 minutes.
Uh-huh.
So now we're probably doing anywhere between 12 to 14 calls. Sometimes they're not always spaced right on top of each other
Uh-huh.
a day. So we're doing pretty good doing it with it now.
Nice, nice, nice. So what do you see what do you see like happening in the future with you guys?
Man, it's crazy because I know in real estate,
Mm-hmm.
uh, you can make a lot of money. Like in real estate, the most I've made is like $60,000 in a month, and I consistently make 5 figures or more in a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so it's one of those things where that's happening, but when you add this side to it, when you add the advertising, I always tell people in my class that, man, it's not we're not in the real estate business. We're in the marketing business. We just happen to market real estate.
Yeah.
And so understanding marketing is vital. So now that I understand it a lot better, now I can kind of see the system. Now I see what's behind, the magic curtain, if you will.
Yeah.
I can see that. Man, 6 figures a month is like a given.
Mm-hmm.
6 figures a month is that's a no brainer at this point. I've already done 60,000, 50,000, $40,000 a month without it, and now knowing the back piece of it, it's gonna be ridiculous. So super excited about it.
Exactly.
How did you figure all this stuff out, man?
How
I
did
know
I
you're supposed to be interviewing me, man, but like,
Man, it
how,
took me a while, man. I just got tired. I got tired of just I really got tired of I really got tired like of trying to get clients because it was hard for me to get clients when I was starting because I didn't have a big social media accounts like I have now. So I was like, man,
yeah,
I gotta figure out how to get clients the right way. So luckily I was doing e-commerce, right? So when I was
uh,
doing e-commerce, I really learned how to run Facebook ads, right? So as I learned how to do Facebook ads, I started digging and dabbling in Facebook Manager and just started learning. And I just started going to more mastermind. I got mentors that taught me a lot too. You get what I'm saying? I probably spent over $250,000 in my education.
That's what a lot of people don't do, man. They don't invest in mentors, man. And it's the dumbest thing in the world to me, because it's like people will go spend hundreds of thousands of dollars at a major university to come out to make $80,000 a year, if that.
Yeah.
They won't invest five, 10, $15,000 in a mentor that can make you $100,000 a month. Exactly. It's just like our minds are so warped, man. But that Facebook marketing piece, I think anybody who's watching this that is in the real estate space, whether or not you're a real estate agent, I'm a real estate agent, but I do mostly investing. But if you're a real estate agent, an investor, anybody providing any services or anything like that, if you don't understand that space, in 5 years you'll be out of business. I promise you, because there's going to be people like me and other people that are going to seek out guidance from people like you.
Yeah.
We're going to learn it, and we're just going to outmarket you. Yes. We're going to outspend you on Facebook, and it's going to be a wrap.
Exactly. That's people just, they forget the mark. Like, people start in business, they want to learn how to create their course. They want to learn how to start their business, their credit repair business, all these type of business, right? Their mortgage business, but they don't want to learn how to seek out the marketing part. But the marketing part is the most important thing. Once you know how to market, it don't matter what business you're going in. You see, right now, I can market any business because I know the marketing part. Yep. So any business you ever start, you're always going to be successful at it because you learn the most valuable skill set, which is marketing.
It doesn't matter how good your product is if nobody knows. It doesn't matter how nice the house I'm trying to sell looks like. Nobody knows is available. It does me no good. And so, man, I definitely appreciate the work and effort you put into it. And one thing I got to say about you, is that when we were doing this thing, man, the way that you did it, like there wasn't holding anything back. Yeah. Like we were literally on the computer live together, and I'm watching, and you're telling me, hey, do this, and because I'm doing it with your guidance, it kind of stuck in my head a lot more. I was able to actually remember a lot of that stuff. I was actually surprised at how much I rememred when I went back through it. Yeah. So kudos to you, man. Really good job on the course for sure, and the mentorship.
Yeah. So like, how did you get into real estate?
Like, so I was military first, and then eventually I landed myself in Miami. Got out of the military, became a cop in the city of Miami, got on the SWAT team. And during that time frame, that was like 2008, I became a real estate agent at probably the worst time to become a real estate agent in 2008 when the market crashed. But it was a blessing in disguise because I was able to see, I had a boy of mine, he was also on the SWAT team, and his uncle was a real estate agent, but he dealt primarily with investors. So I would see him, and he was always closing deals. I was like, man, I can't close a deal. I can't get a break. And this dude was always doing deals, and he was always with investors. And so that was like my first really experience into seeing, like, okay, no matter what the market's doing, you can do well in real estate if you know how to do real estate. So there's a lot of people that do real estate and they have no clue what they're doing, and they don't know how to work and navigate when the market's going up or when the market's going down. And so I was able to witness that firsthand, and it made me realize that I needed to be more than just a real estate agent. Even if I just wanted to do like residential stuff, I needed to at least understand the investing side. And so I did that for a little bit, man. I got out of real estate. I opened up a couple of businesses. I'm an entrepreneur at heart, just like you. Probably most people that are watching your podcast, man, are just straight entrepreneurs. So, we try a couple different things. Yeah. And then I came back to real estate, and I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go hard in this investing thing. I tried to do a flip, lost $10,000 on my first flip. Again, as an entrepreneur, as a trained entrepreneur, at this point, I realized that a failure is only a failure if I just let it fail me, right? Yeah. And so I got into it and started doing that. And I had a good mentor that helped me on the real estate side. He said, man, if you don't get back into the game right now, you're going to talk yourself out of it. Because I lost 10K, and so that's kind of how it kicked it off, man. I got into it.
What made you get back into it? When you lost all that, you lost 10 grand, what made you want to like really persevere? Because a lot of people, when they start in business and they lose like a little bit of money, they quit. They go get a 9-to-5 job. They're like, man, this is too much. I'm not even going to try. I'm just going to let it go. Like, what give you that grit to like keep pushing forward?
A couple of things, man. Number one, what makes people spend 10,000? I went to North Carolina A&T, out of state tuition. I was spending $13,000 a year. What made me spend $13,000 a year to get a $40,000 a year job, right? So I think because the way my perception of how I looked at that experience. So I always talk about people, especially on the coaching calls. I tell them that you have to practice within the failure, because we're going to fail. Like, you're going to try an advertising tactic that's not going to work. Yep. It's just, you're human. It's going to happen, right? Yep. But it's how you practice within the fail, not practice to fail, but when you do fail, how do you hold yourself accountable? How did you conduct yourself?
Yeah.
And so when you train yourself to think that way, like, okay, this sucks. I got a flat tire. Okay, how do I practice within this little mini failure so I can come out with some type of benefit from it, right? So you start off with small things like that. You don't start off with, I lost $10,000. I've been practicing, within failures on trying to figure out how I can recover out of this failure as quickly as possible and how I can receive a benefit from it. So when that happened, the first thing I did, obviously I was upset about it, right? I'm human, but it was my opportunity to kind of like pass this test. And so, okay, how can I turn this into a success? And so I reached out to my mentor, and he said, this is what you do. Here's the benefit about it, is that you took a loss, which means you can now take that loss as a tax deduction, right? So it's less, I'm being taxed less. Yep. So I started learning more about the tax implications of taking losses, which now allows me to teach that stuff in my courses and everything. So it's just like how you practice within those losses, man, is what really really determines whether or not the person is going to be a win. Honestly, this is actually really good, because it's going to determine whether or not the person is going to be successful or not.
Yeah.
Because we're always, every day, somebody's going to fail. Like, no, I don't care who you are, Grant Cardone, Warren Buffett, as experienced they are, they're going to do something where they're going to fail. And but the only difference is they look at it and they say, okay, this was wrong. Let me make some adjustments, some course corrections, and turn it into a win. So that's kind of what I had to practice and learn how to do.
Yeah, what I like to tell people that is, like, there's no good or bad situation in life and business. There's only events and circumstances that we go through to identify what we want. See, when we see what we don't want, we can focus and clearly define what we do want. There's a lot of people, they look at situation in a bad way, they lose some money. Like when I was starting out in my business too, like I was telling you, I was negative $130,000 because of merchants, because of chargeback. If I would have looked at that situation like, man, it's over with, my life is done, I wouldn't have the opportunity to be able to share my knowledge with you, so you can persevere on your journey. You know what I'm saying? So like when you're moving forward, just keep that mentality too. Like always, there's no good or bad situation. Everything you're just gonna overcome everything that comes your way. And when you keep moving forward, go ahead.
No, I was going to say what's crazy is that you're going to overcome it regardless, because time doesn't stop, right? Like, so it's like something bad's going to happen, and guess what? Nobody in the world cares. Right? The rest of the world's just going to keep moving. So why are you sitting there, slumped down, being stagnant? You're either growing or you're dying, right? So it's like, why are you going to sit there and literally just die in that failure? Like, no one in the world cares whether or not, you lost $150,000. Like, they don't.
Yeah,
they'll say they will. Oh, that sucks, but they just gonna keep going on with their life.
Exactly. But that's what makes us tough. It makes us the winners. You get what I'm saying? The winners are the ones who are willing to persevere when things are bad, right?
Yeah,
so that's what keeps us going as entrepreneurs. So like you came to me because you were selling your course for $47 a month, right? You're selling for $47 a month. I remember I came to the Social Proof conference and I was like, hey man, you should sell this course for more than this. You should be charging more than this from your course, because you're giving too much value to these people. All these stuff you lost in your past, that's value. You helping people not go through the pain that you went through. So for anybody who's out there, you ever trying to start a real estate business or even a wholesaling business, Tommy Holt has a course that teaches you how to start your own real estate wholesaling business. So you can what's your social media handle?
Is my name Tommy Holt Jr. at Tommy Holt Jr.
Yeah, so he has a program that teaches you how to basically start your own wholesaling business, and it's a really good course. What's the most you ever made in a month with your wholesaling business?
$62,000.
$62,000. Nice.
Yeah.
So I'm sure if he made $62,000, I'm sure he could teach you something. And he just started working with me within the first 2 days. You started working with me. You closed
Yeah.
tell us about that.
So that was crazy. So just kind of get background. So like you said, we were selling 47. It was a $47 a month membership. Way underpriced. Like it was like stupid underpriced. I did that for a reason though. It was a strategic reason on why I did that. I wanted to be able to entice people who thought that they couldn't afford mentorship, and I kind of like wanted to trick them into getting rich. And what I realized quickly is that when you put something that has such a high value and you make it so low price, people treat it like it's just a low price product, right? And so I used to do these one-on-one coachings, right? I still do one-on-one coachings, but I charged a lot more. And surprise, surprise, because people paid more, they treated it like what they paid for, and they did the exact same thing. It's just the results were like ridiculous. Everybody was getting deals done and then quitting their job and doing wholesaling full time.
Yeah.
So when I decided, I was like, all right, I'm actually doing a disservice to the people who joined this group, to letting them in it for $47 because they're not utilizing it because it's only 47. And so when I finally made that decision. I clearly remember talking to you at Social Proof, and you said, "Man, you need to charge more. Like, this is crazy. You got people making six figures a year that didn't even know what the course was, and within a year's time, they're making six figures quitting their job." And I was like, "All right, I'm gonna look at it." And I finally decided to try to do it. And once I realized, so I started off with the $47 a month, right? I did that strategically. I wanted to give everybody an opportunity to get into this field because wholesaling has definitely changed my life, right?
Yeah.
So I wanted to be able to just make it affordable for pretty much anybody to get in. And so the problem with that is that because it was so low priced at $47, people treated it like it was a $47 product, right? Yeah. So they didn't perceive the value because they were only paying $47 a month.
Yeah.
And so I realized when I had my one-on-ones, I charged my one-on-ones where I literally go out to them and I set up the business for them. I charged them a lot more, but because they paid a lot more, it was the same exact process, but they paid more, right? And so since they paid more, they actually did the work. Yeah. And lo and behold, when they did the work, what happened? They got the results, right? And so what I realized is I was actually doing a disservice to the people that were paying $47 because, I really wanted to get people that were serious. Because I know, we got people that are going from nothing, not even knowing what the word wholesaling is, and within 12 months' time, they're making six figures quitting their job, right? And everything in between, right? People that are starting in first days, they're making $12,500, and it's just crazy. The stories are crazy. So I knew the value was there, but I wanted people to be more serious. And so when I thought about raising the price, I remember that conversation with you vividly, man. We were at Social Proof and we were like, "Man, this is crazy that you're selling this for this cheap. You definitely need to add the price point." And I thought about it and I was like, "Man, I really don't know how to do it." So that's when I decided, I was like, "All right, I'm gonna try it." You obviously have crazy success stories, so I'd be stupid of me not to listen. And so I was like, let me just try it and see how it goes. And that's pretty much what happened, man. Now we got people that are coming into the price point. The course is at a higher price point, and they're actually doing the work because they paid for it, and they're like, at least I'm gonna get my money's worth. Yeah. And then get their money's worth, they realize, oh wow, this actually works. Yeah. And now at that point, they become grateful that they paid that much because they've changed their life, right?
Exactly. So explain, when you first started working with me, the first day we launched your ads and stuff like that, can you tell us how that process worked? You got on your calls, you got your leads coming in. How was it? Tell us.
Yeah, so I remember we had to call on Thursday, the last call, one-on-one call, just like this. It was Thursday, and we launched the ads, and it was 5:30, 6 o'clock at night. I hit launch, right, on Facebook ads, and we launched them. And by that evening, the following day, we already had, I think we already had 4 leads, people that were set up and scheduled to make phone calls. I woke up in the morning. I remember I woke up in the morning to go to the gym at 5:30, and we were already packed out for the whole day. I was like, holy crap, this thing worked quick. And so I remember we were spending $10 an ad, and we had 15 ad sets, or $10 an ad set, and we had 15. So we're spending $150 a day.
Mm-hmm.
My very first call, my cousin was sitting right here. My very first call, I'm on the phone talking to the guy, and he was like, and I just walked him through the script like we talked about.
Yeah.
And he just pulls out his card and does it. And I'm like, I'm looking at my cousin, and I'm on the phone. Like, the guy can't see me, obviously. The guy's on the phone, and he's like, I'm like this, right? I'm like, I can't believe this is working. Like, we just pretty much almost made our whole ad spend for the next 10 days in one call. And then the very next call, back to back, it was another call right there. So right there, 2 sales back to back within before 11:30 in the morning, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I could have did that. What really was eye opening to me was that I literally could have did that from the beach. I could have did that from
anywhere,
anywhere, right? Which was that's really freeing, man. That's amazing. Really, that's a freeing feeling when you can do that.
Yeah. So how was you selling your course before? Was they just going online and just buying from the site?
Yeah. So I had done. I spoke on stage a couple different places, and I'm on social media. I don't have as many followers as you do, but I got about 19,000 plus followers. And so people ask me all the time because I actually do the business. So like today, just came from a place today, got a house under contract, right? So people actually see that I'm not just talking and I actually do it. So they always ask me, hey, how do I learn? And I just tell them I got a $47 course, and that $47, they spend more than that on Burger King, so it's like it was a no-brainer for them. So I just literally had a link in my course in my bio. And just people would come, and I would get 3-4 sales a day on average, So it wasn't nothing crazy, but the problem was that, like I said, that a lot of people weren't using it, and I wanted a course. I'd rather have 10 people in the course that actually use it and change their life than 100 people in there that are just doing nothing with it,
Yeah, exactly.
So it was a thing.
Yeah, exactly. So like, what would you tell anybody who's like thinking about working with me?
Man, I'd say do it. Like you already know. I've already plugged you a couple times with my cousins. They do real estate. I'd say, man, like I don't recommend anybody that I don't believe in. Like I don't do that stuff. So I'd say if you have a product or a service that you can generally do some good in the world with, like it's a real product, a real service, like you're really going out there and helping people, man, holla at you, because like the systematic approach that you take to building this thing out is crazy, especially for what you charge. Like it's like understanding it now. I'm like yeah, I probably should have paid more. You don't feel like that when you're doing it, but like when you first do it, but then you see how much work it would have been, like just the infusion stuff. In order for me to figure that out, it would have took me a couple of months to figure that part out.
Yeah.
Right. So I think a lot of people understand it. I know as entrepreneurs, like seasoned entrepreneurs, we understand it, but there's a dollar amount to this interaction we're having right now.
Yeah.
Right. Like every moment of your day I equate it to a dollar amount. Right. Yeah. So there's an opportunity cost to me spending 3 months just to learn how to use Infusionsoft. I've lost money because I just didn't get it done in one day.
Yeah.
I could have been making money. I could have did it this day and been making money for the next 90 days versus taking 90 days to learn it and then making money. Exactly. And I think people don't think about it like that. There's an opportunity cost that you're foregoing because you want to try to go use YouTube University and figure it out and get it wrong for the next 3 months.
Exactly.
So I would highly suggest people go ahead and do it, man. You're wasting your money if you don't. You think that you're saving yourself money, but you're wasting your money if you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Is there a way you could show your leads, like show them some leads you got and stuff like that, so they can see how your leads are and stuff, so they can see like.
I don't know if I have, because we had Schedule once and then we had Acuity. We're on Acuity now. How do I share my screen?
You share your screen. There's a
I can definitely do it on my phone. Can I show my?
Yeah, you can show. Phone? Yeah, you can do it on your phone.
Well, I just put my phone. I just had my phone because I was just on the phone with Dave, and now I can't find it. Oh, here it is. Yeah, so that's good, Joe, because I like this. I'm like the same way. I like to show results.
Yeah.
Right. All right. So can everybody see that there?
Yeah, so those are different strategy sessions he has with each of these clients. So
Yep.
each
So
of
that's
these,
one day.
yeah, so these are every single day he wakes up in the morning, he has so many different strategy sessions. So if you're trying to work with me, if you're a coach, you're a consultant, you're a service provider, then you provide some type of value to people. You need a instead of you trying to get people to buy online, the best way to be able to attract customers is to get on a phone call with them. I know it might seem a lot of people's like, man, I don't want to get on a phone call with anybody, but at the end of the day, it's better to get on a phone call with people because it's not even like a sales pitch. When you're on these phone calls with these people, you're having genuine conversation with them. So when you're
Yep.
having these genuine conversation with these people, they're gonna work with you, and now you can charge a higher price, and now you don't have to work with so many people for so less. A lot of
Yeah.
people they just try to get people to buy directly online, but they're missing out. The people who are on the phone call are the people who are making the big bucks. Because, like, I remember when I first started my coaching and consulting business, I used to try to get people to buy directly online, but our conversion rate was only 2%. Then after we started getting on the phone call with people, and our conversion rate are like 95%. So now from making 2%, we're making 95% because now we're on the phone calls with our clients
Yeah.
with our clients.
I think the other thing that's smart is that is having the questionnaire to qualify people before you get on the phone with them.
Yep.
So you're already getting a higher quality lead.
Yep.
You're letting them know that, hey, this costs money. This isn't like a free service.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
they're scheduling it knowing that, okay, I'm gonna have to spend some money, right? And so you get a higher quality lead, and you close more leads at a higher quality lead, higher and a higher price. So yeah, it's just a genius way of doing it.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. I just got when I was creating my system, I just got tired of trying to vet out people on the phone call and try to know about them. So I was like, man, there has to be something better than this. I have to know about these people before I even get on a phone call with them. So what we
Yeah,
implemented is the survey strategy. The survey strategy to be able to basically ask them some questions about themselves so they can let us know before we get on the phone call so we know we're not wasting our time and we're not wasting their time. If they don't qualify to work with us, we email them and say, hey, you don't qualify to work with us. Or if we get on a phone call with them, if they don't qualify to work with us, we get on a phone call with them. We the first few conversation we have with them, if they seem like they aren't a good fit, we let them know right away. We don't waste our time spending an hour with that client. So that's
yeah,
why the survey strategy is really great. And what I would tell you is that moving forward is that you guys, the more persistent you guys stay, the more you will grow. You guys already closed like about 5K already, right?
oh yeah, over five. Oh yeah,
How much you
well over
guys?
that. Yeah,
How much you guys closed so far?
we're approaching 7 now.
7,000, and you guys
Yep,
just started working with us for like a week now, and you guys
yep,
already closed $7,000 in sales. So if you guys already closed $7,000, what you guys got to do is keep up that momentum, right? Keep
yeah,
up that momentum by hiring a sales team. You see, I have over 20 sales reps. That's why we're able to scale over 6 figures per month, right? So we're scaling that high because we have so many people on the phone call pitching offers.
yep,
So if you have so many people on the phone calls pitching offers, you're gonna be able to scale that high.
yep,
So the major thing I would tell you is that make sure you join our mastermind too. Make sure you join our mastermind so you can still get this coaching with us so we can be able to always be there to guide you get what I'm saying, to guide you guys if you
yep,
guys need
yep.
any help. So make sure you do that, and also make sure you build your team because that's going to be crucial to you scaling.
Yeah,
So you have
especially
any
if you have especially if you're busy. Like I run a wholesaling business, so
Yep.
doing that is paramount right now.
Yep. What question do you have for me before we get done with this interview?
Yeah, I think probably the question that I have is, what do you feel is probably like, so right now we have leads coming in.
Yep.
I have it set up where we have pixels that are attached to the all portions of our landing page, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the front page, and if they get past that and they watch the video, and so how many or what type of um, people, what type of buyers or personas should I market to? So now that I see that, okay,
So
we're
we're
getting leads coming in, right? I want to start marketing to, certain people, so I can spend marketing dollars a little more
So what you
efficient.
need to do is basically what you need to do. Since you already set up the tracking for each of the pages. Now you want to optimize for the people who are going on a survey page because those people went down the funnel a lot. They went down the funnel, so those people are more of a quality client than the people who just view the landing page. So what you want to do is create a lookalike of the people who went to the survey page, and then after target those people on Facebook, and Facebook's going to find more people who are like those people that went to your survey page. And then with your message, with your ad copy that we created, you can create more ad copies. But with those, it's going to call out those clients that you're looking for. It's all about your message. If your message resonates with your perfect client, they're going to buy. You just have to have a proper message that resonates with them.
Yeah, that's a really good point, man. Like, we've never got on the phone with someone who didn't want what we wanted.
Yeah.
Right? Like, who didn't want our product or our service, right? So it's just a matter of whether or not they're financially capable to pay for it at the time. That's it.
Yeah.
Like, that's a really cool thing, because it's not like you're saying, hey, do you want my product? I know you want my product, right? It's just whether or not you can afford it, or you think you can afford it. Everybody can afford it. It's just whether or not they perceive they can.
Exactly. And most people, they go out there, they try to target everyone, right? When you try to target everyone, you get no one. You get people who are doofuses. They don't have two nickels to rub together, and they want to work with you. You get what I'm saying? So, when you niche it down, you're only targeting a specific group of people in that segment, and your message resonate with them. You get more qualified people on the calls. Yeah. So Tommy. Let's wrap this interview up. Congratulations, bro. Keep crushing it. Keep crushing it. Stay consistent. The more consistent you are, the faster your company's gonna grow. So without anybody who's on this live and you want to work with me, all you have to do is click the link down below. If you're on YouTube, click the link down below and schedule a call with my team. You're gonna get on the call with this. It's not a sales team. It's just regular people just like us. We're gonna have a friendly conversation, just talking about how we can help you with your business. So if you have a coaching, a consulting business, a service business, you're a professional and you want to learn how to get leads online, schedule a call with us down below and we'll be able to assist you and show you the right strategies that you can use so you can better get qualified clients and so you can really be able to quit your job. So if you're still at the job, this is the best thing for you to do. We get tons and tons and tons of people requesting calls with us every single day. Schedule a call down below. Let's see if we're a good fit to working together. And if anybody's on here that's trying to do real estate, go to Tommy Holt's, because Tommy's really crushing it. He's doing $60,000 in a month with his real estate business, and he's crushing it. So you can go to his social media handle and DM him there on social media if you're trying to get into real estate. But if you need leads, make sure you click the link down below and schedule a call with us, and we'll be able to help and support you. So Tommy,
real quick, man, if people are listening, just don't think about it. Just schedule the call. I promise you, just do it because it works. Just do it. Don't stop playing around with your life. Stop playing around with your business. Just schedule the call. Learn this trait, because if you don't, I'm gonna put you out of business in 5 years. I guarantee you. I'm gonna put you out of business. So you might as well just get through it and do it now. Just being real. You're being nice and being politically correct. I'm just telling them straight up. They better get with the program or they're gonna lose. It's just that simple.
Yep. So that's it, guys. We'll see you guys in the next interview. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to my YouTube channel as well.